So now we're going to talk about, everybody wants to see, how do I hit it my furthest? Well, if your grip's on there correctly and if this lever system works and we don't have a lot of tension in our arms and shoulders and we've learned how to do that, then here's how you start combining all these things. So it's hands, wrist, arms, and body. So a couple things. One, this is a big speed producer, gravity. So you don't want your arms pinned and tight against your side. That's actually a speed reducer, not a speed increaser. So when you make a swing, you want to go ahead and let your arms swing back and swing up. You also want your body to rotate and get out of the way. So you want to be able to do this so you get rotated enough and your arms are up. You want this arm to be at about a 90 degree, you want this 90 degree angle. Pinning your right arm against your side, that's another one of these things that killed me. You know, open the face, pin your arm against your side, hold this angle, get in here. You lose a lot of your levers and you lose a lot of force in your swing. So backswing, if you want to maximize your D, you want to be able to go back and let your hands swing up. They want to swing away from you. Don't keep them tight to you. Your wrists have to get levered, so your wrists have to get hinged. Your arms have to stay away from you. If your arms and your hands collapse into you, you're going to lose a lot of distance. Now once you do that, when you start down, as you come down, when you get right about here, as you're going into the ball, it's like hitting a baseball. So you stride and you go like this leg stops the forward motion, and then as the bat's going forward, this leg pushes back, which accelerates the bat forward. So timing those two is where you're going to get a lot of speed. It's not how fast you take it away or how quick you start it down. You want enough time to build up enough momentum, which then you can accelerate it with what this does. Now, if you listen to a lot of players, a lot of people say, well, you get here and the first thing you do is unwind your hips. No, if you do that first, then your hips are gone and the club's still sitting back here. The other thing, you don't want to try to force your hips to unwind to throw this hip out. So you want to go back and stay right there. The old guys used to talk about sit-down position. Well, I go back and then I load into my left, so I'm doing this. Now as I go through the ball, the harder I push back, as I get right in here, the harder I push back with my front leg, the more it accelerates the club through the ball. Now, there's no tension. I mean, I was almost talking through that. So I'm not like this. My arms are relaxed, so when I push back, my arms are relaxed, so what happens? Pushing back accelerates my arms. So it's almost like this rebound effect. So I push back and that accelerates my arms forward. So my arms are going a lot faster than my chest is. If you tighten up in your shoulder sockets and you do this, and you try to use your body, see, your arms won't accelerate. If your arms are relaxed, you start down, the momentum of the club's going forward, and you push back, it's like the snap of a towel. Boom, it accelerates. So again, the speed, you want to make sure you make enough swing so you've got gravity in your court. And then as you come into the ball, your left leg, as you're going through, pushes your left hip out of the way. You're not trying to turn your hips. Turn is an effect. When you watch me, when I do this, my right leg's pushing my right hip out of the way. I move up to my left side, and then my left leg pushes my left hip back to meet my right hip. Right hip out of the way. Left leg pushes my left hip back to meet it. It's not this going out this way. My right foot's actually staying pretty stable. And we've talked to some Major League Baseball hitting coaches. They talk about the same thing. You don't want to jump off this leg. How you use that foot, it's pressure in the ground. You don't want to get off it quick. You want to pressure the ground with it. And again, so once you do that, right hip's out of the way, left comes back, and now you're into your legs. Now you use your forward leg to push back. Now, of all the balls I hit, that one's going to go the furthest. And that's 20 or 30 yards further than anything I've hit while we've been doing this. Did I feel a lot more effort out of my hands and arms? Felt pretty much the same. because I use those forces and I use that momentum and I got it directed and then I push back to accelerate, it happens, I don't even feel it happening. It's just this nice continuous flow of energy and force that explodes through the ball. So when you're after more speed, it's not a quicker backswing, it's not more tension. It's sinking out these forces so they do the work for you.